Namaste, children. How are you all? I hope you are fine. Please take necessary precautions to get away from COVID 19. So, the last class we discussed the second lesson, that is the path of devotion. And today I am going to discuss with you the third lesson from our culture course. Third lesson from our culture course, it is Uddalaka's advice to Svetaketu. Uddalaka's advice to Svetaketu. Who is Uddalakas? He is a great rishi. And who is Svetaketu? He is the son of Uddalakas. So, this is a small story between the great rishi and his son. We will discuss in detail. Yes, we will continue. So the second slide. So this is a story which is took from Brihadara Ankya Upanishad. Brihadarankya Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So Uddalaka is a great rishi. Svetaketu is his son, and Uddalaka and Svetaketu story from the Brihadaryanka Upanishad. Uddalaka was a great rishi. He had a son by name Svetaketu. So Uddalaka is a great rishi and he has one son named as Svetaketu. After giving him the sacred thread at the proper age, the rishi called him one day and said, Svetaketu, proceed to the house of Guru and living there as a student. Learn the Vedas well, for there is none in our family who is not learned in the Vedas. So one day, Svetaketu was called by his father Uddalakas, and at the proper age he has provided him, he gave him all the sacred thread, and then when he come to the proper age, the rishi called him one day and said, Svetaketu, proceed to the house of Guru and live there as a student, learn Vedas well, for there is none in our family who is not learnt in the Vedas. So one day who called Uddalaka, he called his son Svetakaitu. So he gave him sacred thread, and at the proper age, then he told to Svetaketu, you proceed to the house of a guru and live there as a student. Learn Vedas well. Nobody from our family was learned in the Vedas. So then, as directed by his father, Svetaketu went to a Gurukula or the ashrama of a guru and studied the Vedas under the guru. He returned home when he was 24 years of age, a proud scholar. He thought that there remained little else for him to know. So, as the directions of his father Uddalakas, Svetaketu went to a Gurukula. So, he obeyed his father's words and he went to Gurukula or the ashrama of a guru and studied their Vedas under the Guru. So, what did he study there? Vedas. Where did he go? He went to a Gurukula or the ashrama of a guru. So he returned home when he was 24 years of age as a proud scholar. So at what age he came back to his home? At 24 years ago. At 24 years age he came back. He came back. As how he came? As a proud scholar. Proud scholar means, yes, I know everything. I know everything. Whatever I know, that is the final. Like that, proud, he came to home and he thought that there remained little else for him to know. So what he thought, he know everything, and he has to learn only something only. It is remained only little else to know him. So what he wanted to know, it is very less is there, and he know everything in the universe. His father was a shrewd man. He at once knew that his son's head was swollen with pride. He wanted to correct him. So the father of Svetaketu, he felt very bad on his attitude or his proudness, and he want to correct him. His head was swollen with pride. It is filled with pride, proud and pride. So the Uddalaka wants to correct his son Svetaketu. Now we'll discuss how he corrected. So what so far we discussed? So Uddalaka was a great rishi, and his son Svetaketu, after attaining the proper age, the father Uddalaka asked him to go an asrama and learn Vedas with the Guru. So he accepted, Svetaketu accepted his father's words, and he went to a Guru asrama and studied Vedas. After 24 years, he came back with a proud scholar. So he felt that I know everything. I have to learn only very less. Little I have to know. So then his father Uddalaka, he felt my son's head was swollen with pride. So I have to correct him. Then how he corrected, we will discuss now. One day he called him and said, "Son, I think you feel you have mastered all knowledge on the face of the earth. But have you ever learnt that knowledge by which we can hear what is not heard, pursue what can't be pursued, and know what cannot be known?" So one day Uddalaka called his son Svetaketu and said, "Son, I think you feel you have mastered all knowledge on the face of the earth. I hope you acquired all the knowledge which is there on the face of the earth. You are master, you are scholar in all the knowledge of the which is present on the earth. I hope. If yes, but have you ever learnt that knowledge by which we can hear what is not heard? Have you ever learnt the knowledge that is which we can hear but it is not heard? We can hear but it is not heard. So we can pursue but it cannot be pursued. Know what can be not known. So we know but it cannot be known to us." Then Svetaketu was triple upset. He was so his son Svetaketu was upset. And why my father, he says like that, I was a good scholar, I learned much from my gurus, all the things I learned. Why my father is saying to me? So he felt, Svetaketu felt upset. Then he asked humbly his father, "Sir, won't you tell me what that knowledge is?" Seeing that his son was coming round, the father said, "My dear, let me explain myself fully. When, for instance, you know one cold of clay, you can know all that it is made of clay. When you know nugget of gold, you can know all ornaments made of gold, because the essence of it is gold. When you know nail cutter, you can know all that it is made up of iron. The truth being that all of them are iron. The only difference is their names and forms. That is the knowledge I am talking about." Svetaketu said, "Sir, my venerable gurus did not perhaps know it." So what is the discussion which is going on between Svetaketu and his father Uddalaka? So he called, his father called Svetaketu, and he asked, Svetaketu asked humbly, requestedly he asked his father, "Won't you tell me what that knowledge is?" So his father said about knowledge. So that about that knowledge his son is asking. Seeing that his son was coming around, then the father came to know that, yes, my son is a little bit, he is coming down and he is coming around me. The father said, "My dear, let me explain myself fully. My dear son, I will explain the fully what I have knowledge is that. When, for instance, you know one clod of clay, you can know all that is made of clay." So you see the clay, you see the picture there. The second picture is there, top right side corner, clay. So it is that picture is a clod of clay. It is a lump of clay. You can know all that it is made of clay. We know that it is made up of clay. Similarly, when you know a nugget of gold, see a gold stone is there in the third figure. You know that all ornaments made of gold because the essence of it is gold. When you know a nail cutter, we can know all that is made of iron. So you see that gold stone, we know that ornaments are made up of gold only. And here you have a nail cutter is there. The nail cutter is made up of iron. The truth being that all of them are iron. So all these materials, clay, gold, and it is nail cutter. The truth being among all these three items, it is iron. The only difference is their names and forms. Yes. So their names like clay, gold and iron, but their forms are also different. But all are made up of the only one thing. That is knowledge. That is the knowledge I am talking about. So now he said that about this knowledge I am talking about. That is the forms are different. They may exist with different names. Forms are different. They existing with different names. Svetaketu said, Sir, my venerable gurus did not perhaps know it. My gurus who taught me these Vedas, I hope they too don't know this about this kind of knowledge. Then, so like this, there is a conversation is happened between the Svetaketu and it is Udalakas about the knowledge, what he learned and what the Svetaketu has to learn still. So by giving some of the examples like clay, gold and nail cutter, that is the only difference is their forms and names. That is the knowledge I am talking about. Svetaketa said. Then he said that to his father that my gurus did not taught and they too don't know this about this kind of knowledge. Is it clear, children? Yes, we'll move to the next slide. Yes, the conversation is going on between the father and the son Svetaketu and the Dalakas. Yes, had they known, why would they have not taught it to me? Please teach it to me. Udalaka said, All right, I shall teach you. Listen. In the beginning of creation, O child, the sat are true. Being alone existed. It had neither equal nor second. It thought, let me multiply myself and create beings. He first created Tejas or fire god. The fire god wanted to multiply himself. He created the water god. That is why whenever anybody weeps or perspires, water comes out. The water god wanted to multiply himself and created the food god. Then the true being thought, I have now created these three gods. Now, what it is going on between them? So his son said that had they known what they have not taught it to me. I don't know why my gurus did not taught this to me. So please teach me, father. Then Svetaketu asked his father, Udalakas. Then Udalakas said, yes, all right. I will teach you. I shall teach you. Listen. So what he taught, we'll discuss. In the beginning of creation, O child, the sat or true being alone existed. So what were existed in the beginning of the creation? O child, the sat or true being alone existed. It had neither equal nor second. So they are not equal or they are not this unequal. It thought that let me multiply myself and create beings. He first created Tejas or fire god. So what this immediately he thought it is let me multiply myself. So I have to develop, I have to create some more things. Then he created some of the things, create beings. He first created Tejas or the fire god. So what is the first creation? It is Tejas or fire god. Then fire god also wanted to multiply himself. Then what he did? He created the water god. Fire god created the water god. So that is the reason why whenever anybody weeps or perspires, water comes out. The water god wanted to multiply himself and created the food god. So here fire god created water god created the food god. Then the true being thought, I have now created these three gods. So what were the true it is? He has created these three gods. It is the we'll discuss so like this. Yes. Now he created these three gods. Who are the three gods? Fire god, water god, and food god. Now I shall enter them as Jivatma and assume name and form. So what he taught it is now he entered them as Jivatma. Jivatma means which have life. Assumed a name and form. Later on, the true being thought, I shall now make each of them enter into the other. So later, what he made to enter one form to the other form to the this form to the that entering will be there. Having thus entered them with his living spirit, he assumed names and forms like Agni, Indra, etc. So, by entering their forms, his living spirit, it assumed names and forms like Agni and Indra. Agni is for fire god, and Indra is the king of all gods. The true being made them enter into one another again. So, O child, now learn what each became thereafter. Whatever was fire showed as red, whatever was water showed as white, and whatever was food showed as black, as it is black. Thus, you will see that the word Agni vanishes in fire. This change has only been in name. The three primary forms, Tejas, Apas are water, and Annam or food are the only true forms. The red color of the sun is Tejas, its white color is water, its black color is the food or the earth. Thus, the name Aditya or for sun should vanish. It is only conventional name. You have now learnt from me, child, how every deity and element is descended from the three primary forms of true being. So what he said it is, I created what it is fire god, then he created water god, and water god created a food god. All the three are from what it is fire god only. So the fire god looks red in color, and water god looks it is white, and the food god it is like is nothing but this earth surface or earth which is in black color. And you see he assumed names of the three forms as Agni, Indra, and the food. The true being made them enter into one another again. So again he made those three will enter into one form to the other form. Now learn what each became thereafter. After entering what they became, we will learn. Whatever was fire showed as red, whatever was water showed as white, whatever was food showed as black. So whatever we show in red color, that is fire. Whatever we show in white color, that is water. Whatever we show that is in black color, that is food. Thus you will see that the word Agni vanishes in fire. This change has only been in name. So we can change that the Agni vanishes in fire. He created Agni, and that is a fire. That name itself is gone in the fire, but only the name has been gone. The three primary forms are Tejas, Apas are water, and Annam are food are the only true forms. The red color of the sun is Tejas, its white color is water, and its black color is the food or the earth. Thus, the name Aditya for sun should vanish. It is only the conventional name. So you have now learned from me, child, how every deity and element is descended from the three primary forms of the true being. So you learned all the forms are arised from only these three primary forms. What are the three primary forms? That is Tejas, that is red color of the sun. Apas, that is or water, that is white color is water. And Annam or food, which is black in color. So these are the three primary forms of the what it is the true being. So all these, though they exist in different forms, but they arise from only one thing. So that is what Uddalaka said to his son Svetaketu about the knowledge what he doesn't know. Then he felt himself what it is he bowed his head in front of your father, and he discussed that. We will continue in the next class. So today we have discussed about who is Uddalakas and who is Svetaketu, where did he go, how many years he is studied, they stayed there, then at what age he came back, what are the three forms of the true forms of the life we studied today. And thank you very much once again. Have a great day.